the other communities are not there. It is also a reflection on Mr. Yunus' outlook. He has become the soft face of Jamaat-e-Islami. Your comments?
I will not comment on Suhas Chakma because he has much better insight. But I will not say I condemn or but specifically speaking, as I personally know Professor Yunus very well, I was the first journalist to report on his Grameen Bank. That was 32 years ago. What I have seen, he's absolutely a secular person by practice, by even the food and living style is very much secular. And I still have some trust on him that he will definitely not listen to the Jamaat Islami or the Islamist party. And let me tell you one thing, the Jamaat Islami is not a big factor in Bangladesh. The Hifazat Islam is a big factor. And I don't know why the speakers in the panel doesn't talk about Hifazat Islam, who has totally ransacked this country after the 5th of August, demolishing, not only demolishing all the independence, the culture, the independence sculpture, the sculpture of the Liberation War, but also damaged even the not only the temples but also the different Islamic shrines. It's all done by Jamaat Hifazat Islam.
Okay.
And one thing has not been mentioned, and I will not say that they did the right thing, but today, officially, beside the law enforcing agency, the Jamaat Islami is guarding all the Durga Puja pandals all over the country.
Okay. So, Has, please respond to it.
No, I think we have reached such a situation where it's not possible to carry out any kind of attacks on the religious minorities during pujas because the spotlight is on the community or on the country at that particular point of time. I think what I will be worried about is whether the same system persists when the elections are announced. Because what we have seen both in the Chittagong tracks and elsewhere, usually you need an excuse. So that excuse could be, the election which might come up at certain point of time. And at that point of time, political violence will be used as the justification for attacks on minorities. And that's my fear, and we have seen in Chittagong tracks in two cases. I think in one particular case was that there was a FIR filed by wife of Mamun, Mukta Mamun, who had in her FIR clearly stated
Suhas, you should also address this. Mr. Samad says that Jamaat is not a big factor, and second, he's saying that Jamaat is protecting puja pandals. I want you to answer that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because there is international spotlight at this point of time because of Durga Puja and because of the boycott or because of the cancellation of the religious programs in the Chittagong tracks, because of the ban of the tourists in the Chittagong tracks. So there is already enough international spotlight because of what happened from 19th September to 1st October. But that doesn't necessarily reflect the realities. And what I am worried about is when, as I had mentioned last time, that when you are a government head or head of the government, you have certain responsibilities. So certain attacks took place after the fall of Sheikh Hasina, and they were reported by Protomalo itself. It's not the report of anybody else. Without the investigation into each of these violence incidents, Dr. Yunus went on to say that these were attacks which were carried out because of the allegiance with the Awami League. Now, without investigation, without registration of the FIR, and without finding or some kind of reports which were submitted or to be submitted before the court, etc., how could you arrive at the conclusion that these attacks actually took place because of the allegiance with the Awami League? So that's why I'm saying that, the test of the pudding is the eating. We have to see after the pujas. Pujas is not the right time to carry out any kind of political violence.
Okay.
So that's why I'll remain what to say.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We can all sit together and agree to disagree. But there is an issue here, and there is an issue related to the a state which has seen an upheaval.